Hello guys and welcome back to KSB RP-1. Today we are going to be testing out our IO-1A launcher which we designed about 2 episodes ago. As you saw in the intro, we had the first successful launch of said rocket. The IO-1A is far superior to the Discovery class in that it not only can put 500 kilos in orbit, it is also only slightly more expensive. So it is powered by 2 booster stages with LR-89 engines and a single core stage with a LR-105 engine on it. It also has a second stage with an AJ-10 engine. Both of those LR engines that we're using are actually both on the early Atlas rockets. It can reach orbit on its own, but the AJ-10 second stage is just increasing the payload capacity from 100 kilos to around 500, which is far bigger than the 90 kilos that Discovery 4 can put into orbit. So this will probably become the main workhorse as we look to go even further into space. As you see at the background, we're just grabbing the lunar range communications so we can reach for the moon either at the end of this episode or the next. Still working that out. But with this time, we're moving on to another launch. This is going to be the SSMU, the Sun Synchronous Magnetometry Unit. Doesn't actually do anything special as far as magnetometry. We just wanted to get a contract done at the same time as getting that magnetometry science, even though that didn't really work out. So here we are on the launch pad, just getting ready for liftoff. We'll have ignition any second now. There we go. Successful ignition. And we have liftoff of the IO-1A launcher. As you can see, there's one thing it shares in common with the Discovery class. It is the thrust-to-weight ratio. Those LR-89 engines have a massive thrust-to-weight ratio compared to the LR-105. The LR-105 can't actually get off the ground on its own, hence having the boosters. But here we are, just looking for some nice cinematic shots. You may have noticed this isn't actually a cinematic launch, which may be thinking something may be going wrong. Yeah, I'm just trying to grab some cinematic shots here, taking a long path ahead, and as you heard, something went wrong, and we had one of those LR-89 engines fail, unfortunately. I'm frantically scrolling in to see what's going on, and by the time I managed to scroll in, the whole rocket has been destroyed. So there you have it. Not all launches going well. This is our first failure in quite a while, but we'll be swiftly moving on to another launch. So here we are back on the pad after that embarrassing failure of the IO-1 launch vehicle. Hopefully this time it won't be the same, otherwise we'll have to fail 2 contracts, as I mistakenly decided to take 2 contracts. The first one being for Sun Synchronous Orbit and the second one being for a weather satellite. This was supposed to just be for weather satellite, but now it has to do both contracts in one, so hopefully it succeeds. And there we have it, a successful launch of the IO-1 launcher. With 2 successful launches successfully in its belt, I'm more than happy to declare this rocket operational. Now, despite the fantastic, eventful launch, we didn't actually succeed in both contracts. I kind of misread it. So the Sun Synchronous Orbit contract required us to have an eccentricity of more than 0.02. I thought it meant less than 0.02, which was around the same that was required for the weather satellite. And because of this, I actually made the orbit, I set the guidance so that it made the orbit too circular. So we actually failed that contract. We still succeeded with the weather satellite contract, obviously, because that was the main goal of the mission. But we did lose, we've lost about 20 grand from that mission. Not really a biggie, there's future missions we can grab. Also, the reason why this episode's quite short, it's only around 10 or 11 minutes long, is because I wanted to move on to lunar probes after this. But I didn't want to put that in with the same episode as the launcher design episode that we have here, and this is mainly just getting money for those future lunar probes. Now, yeah, obviously we had one failure, but if you look at early space programs, they were fraught with many failures. Reliability was a key issue for both the Soviets and the Americans in the early space program. But anyway, so I will see you guys all in the next episode where we'll hopefully start heading towards the moon and beyond. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next episode.